Sometimes we have to overcome fears so we can make a new friend. And that's what we're going to see today in our story. It's titled Hannah and Sugar, and it's written and illustrated by Kate Berube. Hannah and Sugar. Every day after school, Hannah's papa picked her up at the bus stop. And every day after school, Sugar was at the bus stop waiting for Violet P. Every day after school, Mrs. P asked Hannah if she wanted to pet Sugar. And every day after school, Hannah said, "No, thank you." Every day after school, Hannah's papa picked her up at the bus stop. And every day, Sugar was at the bus stop waiting for Violet P. Every day after school, Mrs. P asked Hannah if she wanted to pet Sugar. And every single day, Hannah said, "No, thank you." We can imagine what she's feeling inside about the dog. But one day, something was different. "Sugar is missing," Violet P said. "She's been gone all night and all day. No one can find her." Everyone promised to help look for Sugar. Everyone searched high and low and high, and here and there and everywhere else too. But soon it was time to go home for dinner, and there was still no sign of Sugar. After dinner, Hannah watched the stars come out. She listened to the sound of the trains in the distance, and she wondered how it would feel to be lost in the dark. She decided that it would be very scary, and that if she were lost, she would be sad and probably hungry. Then she heard a strange sound, a little whimper. It was coming from the side of the house. She heard it again. She tried to see what was making the sound, but it was too dark. She crawled in between two bushes and saw... Can you predict who she sees? Let's see if you're right. Sugar! Hannah gasped. She started to back out, but then she stopped. We know that she's been frightened of dogs in general and hasn't wanted to pet Sugar, but she's having empathy right now, isn't she? She understands that Sugar's probably hungry and frightened, and she understands those feelings because she thought maybe she'd feel that way too if she was lost during the night. Hannah closed her eyes and took a deep breath. Can you predict what she might do? Let's see. Then she gently reached out her trembling hand. Sugar sniffed Hannah's hand and rubbed her face along it. Oh, yeah, Sugar's leash got tangled in the bushes there, didn't it? I'm so glad that she overcame her fears of dogs and has helped Sugar. That was a very kind thing to do. Hannah's papa was very proud of her, and Violet P and Mr. and Mrs. P were so happy to see Sugar. After that, every day after school, Hannah's papa picked her up at the bus stop. And every day after school, Sugar was at the bus stop waiting for Violet P. And for Hannah, too. Oh, Hannah and Sugar. What a wonderful story, reminding us that sometimes if we overcome our fears, we just might make a new friend. I love that story.
Until we're together again, adios amigos.